Good evening, Libra Roots, and good evening to all other comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Labourite alive. Good evening, my people. Good evening. Now, for persons who miss the Lawrence Rowe interview and Cliff Hughes, we're going to break it down this evening. We don't know how we go. You know, we the bloggers, we tend to go through the same material. So some persons might hear of it already or might have seen it even, you know. Before we get to that though, I want to play a clip of Mark Golding, who is in denial. And as I was coming on here, as I typed in, where is the PNP and its leaders, I was sent via WhatsApp a flyer of the PNP. They're calling a press conference, I believe, tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or? Yeah, tomorrow. They're calling a press conference tomorrow at 11 a.m. So we want to see what they're saying, you know, or what their issue is, why they're calling a press conference. So we'll check that out tomorrow. I am sure. Now listen to Mark Golding, my people.
Well, I think, you know, the governing party
Good evening, Mama Winsome. Good evening.
has a tremendous advantage with the media. First of all, the government, I think, is the biggest time. And this government has used the media spend that the government has in a way which has politicized the advertising over the last few months. I think that's something we have to look at as a country, because I don't think it's right that government resources should be used to promote the political fortunes of the government in power. And I think that has to be revisited. But overall, you know, it's a question of where you want to allocate your resources, the resources that you have. They chose to spend a great deal on multiple ads. We spent a lot of time preparing content for our ads and making sure that they were well produced, and there are costs associated with that. So I would say that's part of why the numbers were different, but I think the impact was significant for us.
Comrade leader.
Here, the man basically I say, we did have a media on our side. Which part? Dan Miller spoke openly in defense of the PNP. Emily Shields spoke openly in defense of the PNP. And the list goes on. Anybody who work at TVJ spoke openly in defense of the PNP. Oral Tracy, Popcorn, Shaggy, Bojo, Chronic Law, Youngster, Q, Barrington Levy, many of them spoke openly in support of the PNP. And as far as any of us know, the Gleaner spoke for the PNP and TVJ. Now, before we get to the Lawrence Rowe interview with Cliff Hughes, let us roll out the evening shout outs, my people. Remember to get me to 80 thumbs up. There's 84 of us. We only got 8 thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up button, my people. Hit the 3 that's in the right hand corner of the screen. Hit the thumbs up button. And do remember to subscribe if you're here for the first time. Now, Mama Winsome, yes, I am a bit tired. I did a lot of work today. Tired bad, but you know, I can't let down my audience. So me say I was turning up this evening, so me I turn up, sir. See? If I ever spend half hour, we don't know, but you know, we'll see how it goes. So good evening, Mama Winsome. For that night, big up yourself, you know. Marie Rose, big up yourself. Tommy, big up yourself. Elric, big up yourself. And the Gospel Diary TV, big up yourself. Ronaldo Miller, big up yourself. Angela Brown. And if Angela Brown break that, big up yourself, Angela Brown. Feeling, big up yourself. See? Now, let us get into the Lawrence Rowe interview with Cliff Hughes. It is quite interesting, but it is one to listen to my people. See?
Lawrence Rowe, good morning.
Good morning, Cliff.
Good morning, sir.
To you and your listeners.
Thank you, sir. Let me ask you, the elections have come and gone. They're over. Central Kingston, Lawrence Rowe, Steve McGregor, all major actors from early this year until on the weekend, when a winner was declared in Donovan Williams, the incumbent, winning by just over 70 votes, 79 votes in Central Kingston. And I gather you played a significant role in the Labour Party squeezing out by 79 votes. Looking back now, what are the thoughts going through your head when you saw the Labour Party finally winning and your People's National Party being defeated?
Well, in looking back, I know that the leader of the party must have been reflecting, he's reflecting on the words that I told him on the 4th of January when he first, indicated that I would be replaced as candidate. I told him in no uncertain terms, if I am unable to sit in the parliament, he is unable to become Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Oh, you told him that?
Yes, I told him that.
Where did you tell him that?
The leader of opposition's office.
Wycliffe
A
Nailsy.
meeting between myself,
Big up
Peter Bunting, Data Campbell, and the leader himself.
What was his response?
He rubbed his head and he asked me a question if I am replaced, if I will leave the party. And I told him yes. It is do or die.
Well, it is do or die. And you didn't die.
I rise.
You rose. Yeah?
Guys, remember we asked for 80 thumbs up per live. Hit the 3 that's in the right hand corner of the screen. Hit the thumbs up button. The thumbs up help promote the live, guys. See, so it is important that you give the live a thumbs up. See, so the more thumbs up the live get is the more it pop up in other places for persons to see it. See, so get me to 80 thumbs up, please.
Huh?
Angelo.
So, Lawrence, okay, so you accurately predicted that the party would be defeated. But in terms of Central Kingston was a must-win for the PNP. Yeah, from you were there. Yeah, and it came down to the wire. Yeah, tell me about the ebb and flow of the campaign in Central Kingston right up until Donovan Williams won.
Well, the campaign there was intense. I mean, the leader of the opposition and, the PNP visited the constituency, announcing first, the campaign, the candidacy of Steve McGregor. Then they launched the campaign, and then there were a series of tours in the constituency. There were a lot of character assassinations as well, and they ran a campaign that was, targeted. And, as the political tactician that I am, and the training that I received from, the great Portia Simpson Miller, I had to use the common touch and say to the people, stay with me. I had to, remind them of, the performance of the past administration, and how they dealt with the constituency. And, the people were bitter about some remarks that Margot did towards me about not being a real man and shenanigans. And they know the role that I played, in him continuing as leader of the PNP and securing him as leader of the PNP as well. And people were even looking at their children and saying that, having a child growing up in an inner city community without any criminal record, holding his head up high, and wanting an opportunity to continue serving his people, being denied that opportunity without cause. They were saying that no, they were unable, they are not going to stay with the PNP. There are a lot of PNP people who stayed home. They weren't into this full crossover business, and their best means of protesting is to stay home.
So guys, anybody missed the interview with Lawrence Rowe and Cliff Hughes? We're going to break it down at the end of the interview. See? So get me to 80 thumbs up. Hit the 3 dots in the right hand corner of the screen. Hit the thumbs up button or double tap the screen. Please remember to subscribe if you're here for the first time. Big up DGG, Marie Chambers, big up yourself. Radcliffe, big up yourself. Elric, big up yourself. Andrea Gray, big up yourself. See?
So we came under immense pressure, riling up the JLP base as well. Donovan Williams serving for 5 years. The JLP across the constituency believe that, he should have done something personal for all of them. That is all they felt. And, having not received some personal benefits or stuff, some would tell their vote. And that also placed some pressure and strain on me. So, rile up the comrades primarily in the Almontown division to come out and support his Donovan. I mean, he had his list of original JLP workers, and I had my comrades who are accustomed to working for the PNP over the years, working for Antizia. And if you come into the Almontown community, just drive through, you would see from start to finish JLP paraphernalia. If you play a JLP song, you will see the streets lined with people giving that sort of support. Never before seen. The JLP hit the 2,000 mark in the Almontown division. That was our target. We got 2,001. Moving it from 1,600 and...
Big up in a Diana Eccleston. Anisha, big up yourself. Auntie Sharon, big up yourself. Dana, big up on yourself, On the rope and come in. On the like up your life, no man. As you come in, on the like up your life. The life a struggle for take off from my command, because when not like up your life, my people. Like up your life.
71 in 2020.
Yes.
So, yeah. So,
and that was crucial because it meant that the JLP overperformed in Almontown.
Correct. And they underperformed in the Raytown division.
Tell me, what were the numbers out of Raytown?
So in the Raytown division, the JLP lost 66 votes, and the PNP grew by 130. So the JLP lost 196 votes. The That's the margin. Their margin was reduced by 196, while our margin was reduced by only 28.
Big up in a Johnny.
Tell me, Lawrence Rowe. Yeah?
Carlos, man, he was supposed
How
to
did
give them show,
you manage, given the threats that were made against you? Yeah? What was that like during the campaign? Were there moments when you really thought this was it for you?
Well, I came under intense pressure from comrades. I came under pressure from my family, who believed that their lives were in danger as well, and they asked me to pull it off. I mean, that gave me the courage to continue. I'm from, my bloodline comes from the Akompong Maroon, so we are resilient people. There is not an ounce of fear in me. Once I make up my mind that I'm doing something, I'm going to communicate it, and I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm. But weren't you being, I don't want to use the word, but it keeps on coming at me. Weren't you being stupid in staying in central Kingston, given the threats against you? That was not being rational.
I had to stay with people. I had to show them that I am in this fight with them.
Yes.
And I will be with them.
Oh.
That's a personal decision I had to make. Mm-hmm. During that period, I purchased my home in Phoenix Park, which was up for sale, coming out of the issues with the PNP and, what I spent in the local government election. I was almost bankrupt. I was bankrupt. Yeah. And my loans went bad. I did almost, a little over $30 million. So my house was repossessed. I had to sold two of my vehicles, the insurance for my car went straight to NCB to cover debt. So life for me was a wreck, but I knew what I was about. I knew what my goal was, and I stayed the course and accomplished it.
Have you recovered now?
Nope.
Yes, I have. I said, I had assets above, surpassing the debt. And I just decided that I am going to restart life. And, that's how it is. You win some, you lose some. I grew humble, in a board structure. I am accustomed to carrying water on my head. I know about kata, right? I know about standpipe. I know about walking to school. I know about booming drive, I know about pit latrine, and, restarting is not even a difficult task for me because I've always lived a humble life. Service to people is what makes me feel complete rather than, acting up on assets and living lavishly.
I've been asking my listeners to give me 3 reasons why the GLP won and the PNP lost. I want you to give me 3 reasons why the PNP lost and the GLP won.
The first is the PNP message. They continue to hammer the Prime Minister and the...
Guys, when I get me to 80 thumbs up now, I go on this evening. How we are struggling so to get to 80 thumbs up? What happened? At 231 now, When I get me to 80 thumbs up now. And do subscribe if you're here for the first time. See?
Integrity report not being certified, and no one was, hearing what is to come. There was no hope for the future, and the PNP kept on. Their messaging was off when they spoke about doom and gloom and country. And while we as Jamaicans felt, much safer with crime going down, we are feeling, the economy, our pockets, with the tax rate, the compassion and so on and so forth. We felt that the country was heading in the right direction. What
Good
the
evening to my
DUP
beautiful
should have
wife.
done is to say, yes, we started, fiscal prudence while we were there, being accelerated by the JLP, and we will continue.
Big up Beverly. Kevin, big up yourself. Marie, big up yourself. Good evening, mommy. Good evening to my beautiful mother-in-law. And good evening to my beautiful wife. Good evening. On a late one, I'm bite out on the neck ching.
That sort of thing. In terms of crime, when crime was spiraling out of control, you hammer the government.
Marie,
Now it is under control, you want to give only the commissioner credit for it. To me, are not stupid, right? And they saw you for what you were doing. And I believe we can talk even about the local government elections in 2024.
Mama lady,
Coming out of the local government elections, it was a one-way campaign, almost a one-way campaign. PMP was out there. They treated it like a general election. They were hammering the prime minister, in 2024 about the whole integrity issue. However, at the close of polls, had it been a general election, the JLP would be in government by one seat. So 32, 31. And the PMP had an opportunity to win 13 other seats. They lost seats by under 1,000 votes. There was Manchester Northeast 62, Southeast Clarendon 130, Eastern St. Andrew 186, Southwest St. Elizabeth 218, East Central St. Catherine 246, Northern Clarendon 379, St. Anne Northwest 384, above 500 or below 1,000. So there was this shared arrogance that, we just need one seat to form government. And they had, 8 more to form a comfortable government. So, the results then proven that they were arrogant. And what they started to do is to replace candidates like Northeast, Manchester, where they were taking Miller Simpson. They replaced her with Baldwin, So that, there would be some acrimony there.
Yes.
They kept Sian Barneswell in Southeast Clarendon. They sent Duncan Sutherland to Eastern St. Andrew, and there were already questions around, the selection process there. Was it fair? Miranda was in Southwest St. Elizabeth. Raymond Price was in East Central St. Catherine, and they sent Isaac Buchanan, which was one of the success for them in Portland Eastern. Christopher Brown was a good decision for them. He should have been the candidate from 2007. There were issues with his candidacy, and the party pulled him, right? And he kept working the seats behind the scenes. So that was a good pick. Weaver Hines was a good pick as well. So they picked up 3, which would take them to 34.
Yes.
Had they continued on the trajectory. However, they lost.
So tell me, complete the point. Go ahead.
So they lost 6. In Northern Trelawney, the removal of Dennis Meadows, I believe was a huge error on their part. Donovan Mitchell keeping him was not bad. In Central Kingston, they replaced me after coming out ahead of the JLP by 541. That was a colossal loss.
So it was political incompetence or what?
Arrogance.
And why the JLP won?
They have performance that the achievements that they can campaign on. So that's one. 2, there were comrades who were angry about, how around the mistreatment. There were PMP people who believe that Donovan should be given an opportunity to continue the work.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a better political organization here in Central Kingston than the PMP.
Mm.
So
let me ask you now, what now for Mark Golding and the PNP? How do you see them responding in the weeks and months ahead?
I don't see Mark Golding staying on as leader of the PNP. There are too many on the side who are thirsty for power.
There are too many what?
Too many individuals over there who are thirsty for power. You have Dayton Campbell, you have Damien Crawford, Julian.
I will go vote for Damien. Somebody in here so not tell me, we will take a poll now. Yes or no? Who in here so would have vote for Dayton Campbell? Go ahead. And who in here would have vote for Damien Crawford? Don't tell me in the comment section. Yes or no? Crawford yes, Crawford no. Dayton yes, Dayton no. Don't tell me.
Robin there. And many others. So they are interesting times ahead.
Dayton Campbell for what? Leader of the party?
Leader of the party.
Oh? You really think so?
I put this joke that we ever hear from a bad. Eh?
No, I'm asking.
He does have interest in leadership of the party. And that is why he ensured that he took a seat for himself. I mean, the last time around, there were many who had interest in the leadership of the party. And they did not offer themselves because they were on the outside. They never had a seat.
Yes.
So all of them ensured that they contested the general election, secure themselves so that, they can possibly be counted when the time comes.
Should he offer to resign? Golding.
Before this go any further, remember me tell you, say, me notice, say, before the election, them remove anybody that is one PNP and replacing them with risers. So what Mark Golding and Dayton Campbell and Peter Bunting did was actually sink their tentacles into the party. A hell and powderhouse to get them out of it right now. For put somebody normal in a their position. And hear me I tell you, so all of who I support the PNP, who not stuck with Mark Golding and the Rise United for right now. I can't tell you.
Yeah, again. I mean, when Dr. Phillips lost, there were calls for him to resign. When our beloved Portia Simpson Miller lost, there were calls for her to resign. They pressured her into resigning as well. And I remember Portia saying at the meeting that she never knew the day would come that the people would be eager to get rid of Portia Simpson Miller. And she hoped that they are not eager to call on her whenever there is a general election. Clear on that. And I do believe that Mark Golding, having presented himself as, a man of integrity, a man of good reasoning, he should do the honorable thing and at least offer his resignation.
Well, despite doubling the party's parliamentary base from 14 to 28?
A win is a win and a lose is a lose.
He lost.
There's no second prize for losing. There's no second prize in politics.
Yeah. Well. So what now for you, Lawrence Rowe, politically and otherwise? What now for you?
Well, I chose Jamaica, and I'm staying with Jamaica and the Jamaican people.
Yes. What does that mean politically?
I am a laborite. So it is, for there are conversations being had. I won't say what those conversations are yet. But I feel good that I am happy that the Prime Minister secured the third term. happy that the JLP is in power. And, we will continue with the progress and prosperity on behalf of the Jamaican people.
But you're certainly not done with representational politics, are you?
No, I mean.
So you may very well be a candidate in the next local elections due a year and a half from now.
The possibilities are endless.
Okay. Yes. And what are you by profession, Mr. Rowe?
I'm in the field of accounting.
Okay.
But I prefer social work.
Yes. Thank you very much, Lawrence Rowe. All the best.
Same to you and your listeners.
Okay. Take care.
So, I am of the liberty to say that we might have Lawrence Rowe as a candidate in the next upcoming local government election, my people, which is in a year and a half right now. See? So, Lawrence Rowe is now a paying member of the Jamaica Labour Party. Also, we need to get up with numbers, my people, in the Labour Party. So, Labour rights, we don't need to become card-carrying members of the party. We don't need to go get a farm, fill out the farm, get a card, pay a little money, pay a little fee, and become a card-carrying member of the Jamaica Labour Party and join the executive. You can get to vote in your ear upon certain issues. See? So big up Lawrence Rowe every time. Lawrence Rowe is a patriot. Big up everybody over Central Kingston that returned Donovan. Big up on yourself. All of you are patriot. And I must tell you guys, much respect, much love, and you guys have chosen yourself. And by choosing yourself, you help to choose Jamaica. See? So big up on yourself. Big up the people that are not Chilani as well. We kick out Wickham Hill. You guys are also patriots as well. So big up on yourself over North Chilani. I know I got a lot of followers over North Chilani. So big up on yourself over there. So the people that may complain say, me have a Mark Golding picture with him a catch out him, but love me no man, me use up my thumbnail them now. What I'm doing now, me I use it for catch PNP, to make them come look, so they can hear all the good things them we are talk about. What I'm doing now, I don't know if you run honey trap, eh? What I'm doing. And big up everybody that came into the live just now. I haven't called out everybody, so big up on yourself for the day. Big up all 312 persons who is here. Big up all 84 persons who gave me a thumbs up thus far. Please subscribe if you're here for the first time. Guys, I did a hell of a work today. And I am tired, but, me say me I come gel and line with my people then, because I told you guys this morning that I would be here in the evening. So I wanted to make good on that promise. Now, we were expecting the swearing in tomorrow of the Prime Minister, but it is actually on the 16th so that it is next week sometime. The Prime Minister spoke with the Governor General today. They had a meeting. I'm not sure, as to what was discussed, obviously, because I was not a fly on the wall. But, whatever they talked about, the Prime Minister now has the go-ahead to farm his government. I suspect over the next week he will be, naming his cabinet and persons who I asked this morning who you guys felt would be new, if anybody, would come on board as new. I believe Arbin Hill should be given a position, my people. I believe Arbin Hill should go in the Ministry of Finance as a minister without portfolio. I want to think Arbin Hill is one of the persons who has been working behind the scenes in finance. He helped to draft, the whole, what you call it now, fiscal rule, the fiscal discipline rule with Bruce Golding them from back then time there. Seeing Ardley Shaw, I believe J.C. Hutchinson, Arbin Hill, somebody else I can't remember, and Bruce Golding at the time. So big up Manayard as well. Manayard is one of my favorite politicians, and when Manayard retired, I was hurting, but Manayard old and frail, and he had to go sometime, but I was his minister of industry, but I believe they should give one a younger person Ministry of Industry. And this morning I forgot to tell you guys that when Joan Gardner Webley challenged Horace Chang twice for we call the position when Joan Gardner Webley challenged Horace Chang for me blank my people, no help me out now. GenSec, General Secretary, saying it is a good thing Horace Chang won on both occasions because Joan Gardner Webley is a big sour loser. She don't win one seat since 1980 until now. See? Anybody who born 1980 that our 45-year-old, eh? 45 years Joan Gardner Webley a try to win one seat and can't win no seat. Eh? That's why she look miserable and old and ugly and tough like a coconut box. So go away from here, Joan Gardner Webley, and move up. See? Robert Dan die. Who named Robert Dan? Okay. Yeah, Babsy can change as well. Babsy, all of the older persons, I believe they will change, but me no believe so they have to change out all of them one time. I believe that elders should. Or Dan Webby died. Yeah. Them can replace Dan Webby in a Senate with somebody. I believe it should be George from Nationwide, but that's just my pick. Anyway. I forgot what I tell you before. Can't remember now. Mystical vibration, big up yourself. Yeah, Babsy ain't going anywhere, but I just say eventually they will change Babsy. But I don't believe they should change all of the elders them all at once, my people. We need some wisdom. We need some of the older persons who have been there, for order and stability. And we need persons with wisdom to just be there to teach the younger ones them. A woman with grace and knowledge such as Babsy. Babsy should stay there as long as she can. But we understand the Labour Party is changing with the times and we have to make way for the younger talent them coming in at the thing. Even Darrell Vaz, I am not in agreement with Darrell Vaz that Darrell Vaz should go anywhere at the next election, but it ultimately it is his decision. Christopher Tufton, who in the next 5 years would be one of the elders as well. He is an elder now, but more so an elder then. I believe that he should stay. Delroy Chuck obviously will get frail. Horace Chang will get frail. They are in their 70s already. So we take with time and replace them, and we continue to adjust. We have to adjust and realign the party. So we continue to have fresh mind with fresh thinkers. If you look at the PNP now, it is the same people of yesteryear that is there, and that is why they're stuck and can't move. Because them not promote no new blood in the party. Them not even have a viable leader right now because they're not doing the right thing. See? So we continue to mold the party, continue to shape it, continue to change with the times. Eventually Andrew Holness will have to go as well, and we'll have to select another leader, but we must do it in a timely fashion and in an orderly manner. Moderator Black, Ilishu or whatever that person name. See? Ilishu, lift up from yourself. We don't want no comebacks over yourself. See? And if you come and behave yourself, you're going to get black. See? So behave yourself, comrade, when you don't come by yourself. See? Anyway, I'm read some comment. Time for read some people. I see what I think about. Arbin Hill is doing a good job. He is active in Bridger Plains irrigation development. I feel like the boss needs something up front now, man. We need to reward him with something up front. He do a whole heap of good work for you. RJ Marks is going to be a minister. I believe so too. One connection, big up yourself, my boss. Mystical said, Babsy ain't going nowhere. Anywhere. We don't want Babsy to go nowhere. You know, George doesn't have a resume close to Webby. It no matter if you have a resume close to Webby. We are talking about Valentina. George deserve to get a Senate seat for all I things I'm say about the PNP this morning. And that's why me I give him one. See? You were talking about Miserable Joan Garden. I forget about that episode trash there long time, man. You see that can't win nothing. A loser that. eh? They should get someone to understudy them in the meantime. I believe that is happening, you know. I believe Delano Seed is understudying Ed Bartlett and he will take over that ministry. I'm not sure who is behind Babsy Grange. If you notice, Kamina Johnson Smith, she's mentored by our Prime Minister. So don't be surprised if she get a seat in the next election. And when Andrew go after the 4th term, Kamina goes in the race to become the first JLP woman Prime Minister. And I can actually see that happening, you know. That night can't see it, but me can't see it. See? Babsy can let go now. Give someone a chance. No man, Babsy have to stay, Marlon. I can't imagine politics without Babsy. You know? Want me for Speaker of the House, real talk. Mixer old and young. Exactly. I am also of the view that we should allow Wami to be Speaker of the House. I love that. No Tuesday would miss me. I can tell you the right now. See, she did win in Northwest St. Anne. That's when she betrayed JLP and turned to PNP. You know. Yeah, she did win for old hag. I hate him, I see. I don't even know. Chuck must go now. Chuck can't go now, but he will go eventually. And Chuck is doing a brilliant job in the ministry. Sometimes, you see, me telling you something. When all people have a purpose and they have something to do, it keep them active and keep their mind working. Once you send them home to go sit down then start get frail. So make Chuck go and stay, man. You just need to have somebody where understudying for right now. I believe Juliet Cuthbert Flynn will take over from Horace Chang when he goes. And we'll have our first female security minister. I don't believe we have ever had a female security minister. So when I elder then can correct me. Me not live so long like someone. So no can tell me if we ever have. I am a great follower of the Jamaican history and me not read that now when I hit. For sure, Minister Grange can be shadowed by junior minister who are willing to adjust work and apply themselves. They need to serve their electors and gain experience. Exactly. Carleen Irons, big up yourself. Good evening. Kenneth, big up yourself. And my PM will win 4th term, then the 2 years close to term. Until one still a show up on color. Move from over here. Yeah, man. So some my PNP then stay then very disturbing. I don't think he wants to be up front. Maybe, you don't know if the Prime Minister want him to do something, he just gotta do it though. Good evening, DUJON'S. Just me, big up yourself. And Warmington for Speaker of the House. I would love to see that, Marlon. What will George bring to the administration? Terry Long, I think, is Babsy understudy. We house of parliament in a Valentina, just so you know, we up and we lower house, if you have no great qualification for being it. Only qualification you need is to be a Jamaican. So all of who thinks you need big old degree and 10 million subject and you have to come from business background and this. No. Your only qualification for enter any part of we house them, up or lower, is to be a Jamaican. See? So, just so you know, Arbin Hill does our country a lot of good, regionally and globally, with his portfolio. Warmington for Speaker of the House. Warmington I get a whole heap of vote for Speaker, man. Tova should shadow Babsy Me not think Tova should shadow Babsy. You know who me think for shadow Babsy? Rhoda. You know, I think Rhoda should shadow Babsy. And then Tova can go somewhere else. Or then can split Babsy ministry. You know, like me say, we can invent a separate ministry for gender, for male and for female. You know, because women they need some attention in our country too. We can't just put them one side. You know, when you look my yesterday, what happened yesterday? One man go ask it, go try buy man egg and the man say no. The man now selling egg for $200 and then get emotional and kill him man and end up losing life. When man then in a crisis in a Jamaica, they need help. Our government have to act swiftly. You know, me actually send a message to my Prime Minister and ask him to look into it. For having a separate ministry for men and boys. You know, we need some special attention for you know, if you look upon them, then look at things in a society. Why we so angry? Part of the reason why we so angry because we mother and we father beat we when we are pitney. We learn violence. Violence is a learned behavior. You know? So when you slap your pitney, that different from when you thump them and kick them and a fly kick them, slap them up with machete and lick them with tree limb and fling stone and lick them down. That a violence. That a learned behavior. You know? I am not against a child getting too slap. I want belt crossing back even, but you know, some beating with some parents I get pitney. You that think say a big people them. See? Brother, listen, we don't need someone to lead that is over 45. We need Matthew Samuda to be next leader. Well, I am in agreement with Matthew Samuda, Nestor Morgan, Robert Morgan, Pernell Charles, Floyd Green, Dana Dixon, Kamina Johnson Smith, and I am sure there'll be some other persons there that I leadership lineup when we want to see, and then the best man win this up. You know, my first pick would be Nigel Clark if he was still here, but he's not. So my next pick goes to Floyd Green, then to Matthew Samuda, and then to Kamina Johnson Smith, then to Pernell Charles Jr. I know Pernell Charles Sr. would love to see his son become Prime Minister because that was Pernell Charles Sr.'s dream to be Prime Minister of Jamaica. You know? I thought of Kamina and Matthew Samuda for a future race. Kamina cannot manage representation of politics. She is a diplomat and serve best with such portfolio. You know, tell where Kamina can manage. You don't know where Kamina can manage. Kamina in a role how long. And she learn. If she under Prime Minister wing, she learn from the Prime Minister. You don't know if that Prime Minister coach her if you do. And I keep her close to interest right there. So see? Nobody never knows say that Edward Siaga keep Andrew Holness close to interest for do all along. We only find out that later on in her life. So no can't say she can't do this and she can't do that because uno thinks that she can't do it. See? Currency can also be a speaker as well, but she can be deputy speaker for now while Everald Warmington become speaker. Cause him not got that too long, you know, he got to do something for the chew about. So Currency can come in after. See, Marcia Dixon, big up yourself. See, George is definitely gonna get a Senate position. I believe they should look at him. They're not gonna look upon him now, obviously, but in our future, you know. First to be security minister as female, exactly. So I am sure I was correct on that. And I would love to see Juliet Colbert Flynn in that position eventually. You know. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Currency would suit that position, obviously. But you know, we want this semantics, we want the theater, we want the movie with Everald Warmington. You know, that's why I said Rhoda would be good to shadow Dana Dixon for now. You know, George is educated, but we want people that can help guide policy, especially when it comes and to growth. So yeah, I say George can do that. Wama will not get speaker because both sides of the house will need to approve. Yeah, well, we know that, you know. And in next side I house not deal with Wami and Wami not deal with them, you know. Just so you know. Wami hate them like a dose of pies. That they tell you, you know. And Venetia, eventually, one seat will come available to Venetia. You know. I was told that through the grapevine that a seat will become available to Venetia. I can't tell you no which seat, but it is a big seat though, you know. Terry along with Rhoda would do well in Ministry of Culture and Development. Nigel Clark for our next Prime Minister, him have left IMF. But you know, if you remember, say Nigel Clark is a year older than Andrew Holness, you know. So 5 years from now, Andrew our 58. Nigel will be 59. He's still in a range. Still in a range. But that would be my first pick. Mystical say males are cover under gender portfolio. You know, listen to what me I tell you now, mystical vibration. You know, listen to what me tell you a while ago, you know. See? We don't need if you cover under no, we need if you have a separate ministry, own ministry. So people can get the help, especially man, where you know cover under 10 other things. It's separate. You have somebody that is dedicated to doing that for both male and female. See? We need a little help, them people. Wami, Speaker of the House, Matthew can be Prime Minister after our PM says it. It definitely gonna be a runner. Remember, say we party is a democratic party, you know, we don't stay like PNP where choke people and take a seat from people. We party is a democratic people's party, so you'd have to go to a runoff, my people would have to vote. That's why I say we need to become card carrying members of the party so we can be delegates and help to select a leader. See? Tufton, I gotta be one of the elder them. You know, he can get one of the big portfolio them whenever a new prime minister take over, a new opposition leader take over, whichever way we there in our time. You know. And don't be naive now when you hear me say that. Because time I go come when the government are gonna run out of steam and the PNP them have to go take over back at some point. See, that is reality. That is reality, my people. See, Tufton is good, but I don't know how good his chances are. Tufton not pre-known Prime Minister now, man. Tufton not older than Andrew Holness. 5 years from now, Tufton in the 60s. The man not have no time for that right now. You know. Crystal Lee have to continue. Big up yourself, John Sibbles. You know, Crystal Lee, you know, everybody can get a position right now, my people. I just say go, Lance, big up yourself. You know. Plus, 4 years from now, some of I face them where we lose this year. We will get them back. So no worry. People like George Wright are gonna come back. People like Big Rob are gonna come back. You know. Yeah. So without Nigel Clark, Flight Green I pick for me. So big up in Victor Chin. See, what would you do with Mrs. Holness? Mrs. Holness kinda because I position where her husband in a, you know, we just have to left it right now if make it just stand where they. Because PNP are trying to use every little thing to tear down the government. See? So I've said back to the backbenches for Mrs. Holness if they not re-elect her as Speaker of the House. Make she go work in her constituency and just stay with her people then. You know? Plain and simple as that. Let us focus on those constituencies to hold them and to keep them because we're going to need them. You know, you see them 35 seats where we have, we must work assiduously in them. They are the ones that will guarantee us the victory next time. And we might be able to scrape back 5 from the PNP them and get 40 or even 7 and get 42. See? So we have to be strategic, my people. Nigel would win, definitely flying. Everybody, all PNP would have voted for Nigel Clark. Then just a carry on themselves. They know say I'm my best finance minister we did have, you know. So more ministry mean more government spending. Yes, we understand that, Valentina. You know, but we have put out with people them in a leadership position to lead, you know. Yeah, man, she have to just go and sit in her backbench. When Andrew only stepped down and left politics, then she can't even run for prime minister. I would vote for her, you know, most definitely, you know. Fourth term loading now, it's going to be a landslide victory in the next election. Yeah, we have to work for it because when you see the Jamaican people, they're not so righted, you know, they're goness. You know, they're not no cojones. See? Jamaican people, they lack knowledge and basic knowledge even, you know. So argument we have to put up with some simpleton on TikTok sometime. Me have to left over there. He did that mad me. You hear Mr. Vegas latest live window when you say everybody in the PNP mad. The PNP them madness did a rub off but me have to fly for over there, left over there, give them. See? And all of who did a run down his space, they missing. How much time I go up on TikTok from there, I not see not even one labor right live over there. I don't know why you left his space give them labor right over there because you go pardon, you go left you over there give them for spread misinformation again. You have to stay up on the ball. The fourth term or the fight for the fourth term start from last week, Thursday, or the day of election. You know notice me not left right so I'm still a preach politics. Me I hold my own and me I hold my space over here so I continue to educate and I continue to teach. By the way, guys, I go start do a lot more StreamYard so I can show you things that is happening in healthcare, things that is happening in the police, things that is happening in Jamaica in general. You know, things that me get from out of a group sometime, you know. So, and by the way, join the WhatsApp for JLP, guys. The JLP has a WhatsApp. You know, can join it and get information that is not really out there, you know. So, whenever me get any information, me I go start use StreamYard a lot more. Me kind of not like use StreamYard, but you know, me go use it a lot more so me can show you. When we get a new equipment, when a new police station, anything that new in government, we want to show it on here so people can share it, make people see what the government is doing. Because last couple of years, the government did a poor job in getting out what they have done out there. You see, if they need get you out there earlier, you see the booklet they would then give out. If they need start do that for a little bit earlier, we probably would have hold on for more I see them. But we did have, you know. So the government did a poor job in getting out what they did. They did a lot of good things and they did a lot of things, but they did a poor job in advertising it, my people. So I am going to make it a point of my duty to help them to advertise what they are doing. See, and you have to help me. So when I show you, share it. See, and when you share it, persons will see it. You know, some people are going to see it and still see a lie because that's a PNP stay them very wicked and terrible. See? Big up yourself, Jarrett, and big up everybody that support Father Steady. You know, big up Father Steady every time. Big up Natalie Stark, that's her name. Big up Mama Karen. See? And where next name? Something another Stern. See? Big up three of them. They were PNP and they came over to this side. They are patriots of our great nation. And I, you know, want to send much love and much respect to them. You know, especially Mama Karen. You know, Mama Karen did a lot of Michelle Stern. Yeah, Mama Karen did a lot of work in Manchester. And the people of South Manchester still voted for PNP because they licky, they make people come buy them out. But them too shall feel. Don't worry. You know. It's the corruption they run with cause some of the people to withdraw. Exactly, you know. But you have to know, say certain things don't make sense. You know, like somebody saying, me thief, I may have 28 bank account. Where that prove? So people are actually stupid and silly. What in a 28 bank account? Where they say me thief? What in a hit? How much money in a them? You say $3 trillion missing. In a 28 bank account, $3 trillion there. If you can make the connection there and show me, then I will believe you. See? But you can't just come to me and say a man have 28 bank account and $3 trillion gone missing and must in there. You don't prove nothing to me. See? So them things that Jamaican people need to open their eyes, brother. See? And where man would I get $3 trillion for tea? Never own $3 trillion in Jamaica yet. Silbert, big up yourself. And by the way, I saw an article today where our NIR went up to $6.15 billion. So $6 billion some little change behind it. See, and that is the most we have ever had in Jamaica in our net international reserve. Dennis, big up yourself. See? So John, we don't have any poor people in Jamaica. We have lazy people instead who are not here to build up Jamaica. And everybody lazy. I have some people who are really poor, but I want tiny one minute section of we think. And the government had make all kind of stride to help them. You know, even you have some people in Jamaica that is classified as poor, but they're not really poor. It's because the system don't know about them. You know, you have persons who live in a substandard conditions that can apply for a government house but refuse. You have people where now work and then can go up and part but then refuse. You know, so the system don't know about them if you count them. You know, so those people look like they are left behind, but the systems are there for you to use. Go and sign up for it. There's no shame in, you know, in getting help if you need help. You know, the highest rate in our NIR has ever been in history. Yes, I most money we ever have, my people. Most money, 6 billion and mash. So we Andrew get $3 trillion for thief. $3 trillion is $3,000 billion. And if we have only had $6 billion, how we can get 3,000 billion for thief? Where it come from? Eh? And he can't hold in a 28 bank account. You don't need more than that feet. See? And DUJON police say lowest murder rate ever. They were on NNN. So we'll be doing the stats on Friday, my people. So as currently as it stands, we are in the 9th month in the year. At 3 months, we in the last quarter a year now. So if it continue down this trajectory, 2 days though, we have 2 days where 10 murders happen in those 2 days. So then 2 days they put on 20 murder pan things. So you know we need to get a angle back on that. We can't make anything that get out of hand. See? So currently as things stand, our strong is predicting we'll get around 800 and mash murders. But I am predicting 750 or 650 to 750 if we continue down the same trajectory. You know, hopefully in a Christmas period, we'll deploy the military and all boots on the ground with the police in a Christmas time as December come in, because we always tend to get a rise in murders and killings in that time. So if we can get out in front of it this year, we'll be able to come in around 600 to 700 and add murders. And that will be the first in the last 35 years, 40 years even, you know, that, you know, such a little bit amount of people, which is really enough. But compared to what happened in Jamaica all the time, that it would have been a little bit amount of people, you know, and that would be a good thing. And if Andrew Holness can carry this on over the next 5 years, the 4th term is certain. I am sure of it, you know. The laugh out loud, the opposition learners constituency is a prime example of lazy, unprogressive and poor people. This situation is self-inflicted. Of course it is, my people. All the people them in a Mark Golden constituency, them no want nothing good out. You know, you me tell them say we fi fence them in. Just make one big pen around them. And left them in them and when time they kill off them one of them and dead, we go scrape out the bone them and bury it and burn with bone and flatten it and build a scheme give decent people to live because they have no ambition. See? Our debt to GDP ratio is at its lowest at 62.4%. The country is heading in the right direction. Fourth term loading. The country did head in the right direction and the people they almost vote in Bucky swamps. People they have no ambition. You see me I tell you? So we have to make certain so we plant it in their head and we continue to educate them and we cannot get up and say we are talking about the past. Our past is very important to where we need to get to, our destination. We have to tell them about what Michael Manley did. We have to tell them about what PJ did. We have to tell them about what Bustamante did. We have to tell them what Norman Manley did. We have to tell them what Siaga did. We have to tell them about Sangster. And we have to tell them about Shearer. And we have to tell them about Bruce. We have to tell them about Portia. And we must tell them about Anjones. See? Because not everybody know. The greatest thing is we are in a technological era now. And the pitney them we are 13, 14, 15, 16 today. They will be the voters of tomorrow. And they'll be able to grow up in a Jamaica and see for themselves. Say, you know, this government is doing lots of work. 10 years, 15 years from now, a lot of the PNP bases, which are elderly people, they'll be going in the next 10 years. They won't be around, you know. So the PNP have work to do as well as it relates to getting back some votes. Because we know say old people don't vote for them. Dujon just hear Rattigan say he hear that the government use up all the money and none is there because they feel PNP was going to win. Where money used though? You know see where they use the money do because the budget where they read, I believe was 1.4 trillion Jamaican dollars. See? Not US, Jamaican dollars. And the budget, you know, I'm sure is being acted on now. And that NIR money is separate. So, where gone? Somebody tell me. Yes, past performance is the best indicator of future performance. So, we have to tell the youth them. See? Dan Rice say, I said, Buchanan love criminals too. Yeah, man, a criminal lawyer, so he making money. So, he benefit from you being a criminal. See? So, he gonna love criminal. This important and solid information is key to propaganda and lies and shut them up. Wanna see me clip gone viral on TikTok? Wanna see me clip gone viral on TikTok when me ask Tina Times to give me 3 things where PNP do and Tina Times can't give me. And Tina Times get up every day and swear. And by the way, why Tina Times look like when I vulture them we land on a Riverton dump to take up scraps and he live a foreign. Why Tina Time ugly so? Somebody tell me. Anyway, we continue to read. Mr. Chang was given an interview today and he said that they were trying to hack his personal phone on election day to try and back up their story of the Prime Minister getting arrested. Wicked PNP. Me tell you, say they willing to go through some lens in this country. Right now, if they can kill some away, so we no vote to make up the numbers them. Or don't frighten. You see, you know, they not do it. Dujon, do you think that if that man bring the PM to court, the PM cannot swear in these people are sick? I remember when I did say for you said this in a Queen Bee. So if you can enlighten me. Dujon, do you think if that man bring the PM to court and can't we attack him man we run against the Prime Minister, if no stand a chance, then the EOJ no go back over a result and count over everything and say he lose. Hyacinth Carter say Batty boy left PNP alone. Okay, Hyacinth. Well, your son a Batty boy. Your man a Batty boy. Your father a Batty boy. Your grandfather a Batty boy. But I am certainly not that Hyacinth. See? So lift up from about there. And Rattigan is a liar, my people. You don't listen to Rattigan, you stop go on Rattigan show. Anytime you see Rattigan on live, you go over there and report him for come off. See, Rattigan are wicked and liar, and we feel lock him up anytime he come back to Jamaica. See? Remember in 2013, our debt to GDP ratio was at 134%. It is now at 62.4. That means we have 38% of our GDP to spend on our country. In the next 2 years, that 62 will be something like 57 or 58, probably thereabouts. We'll have even more money to spend. And that dream that I had, Carol Fisher, big up yourself, that dream that I had where I saw lots of skyscrapers in Jamaica, you know, we'll achieve that in the next 5 years as well. But anyway, my people, I'm going to have to love you guys and leave on, you know. Big up all 367 and that is here. Big up all 147 persons that gave me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're here for the first time. I got to go. I am tired, my people. And I am back to work tomorrow again. You might not see me a morning, to be honest. I am going to sleep in. So I will be live in the evening because I got off Friday. So we'll do the live tomorrow evening. See? So big up on yourself. Much love, much respect. Shower liberates.